brought back a lot of those feelings that when you have hair like mine, your hair is so deeply tied to your self-esteem, your self-worth. And it was to the point, in my own personal opinion, that there was no styling this, there's no product, like there's no wearing this down and making it look good unless I wanted to cut into a pixie. And so extensions were the solution. And to go from what I had naturally to that full 26-inch mermaid with the highlights that I'd never had before, like made me really emotional. And it was to my natural. It was textured, it was wavy / curly, and yeah, I'll never forget that day because it was so tied to the emotions and how beautiful it was.
You're giving me goosebumps.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Janish, owner of Adored Salon and Adored Signature Hand-Tied Hair Extensions. I'm obsessed with curly hair. I cut it, style it, and extend it, and this podcast is all about my curly girl obsessions that stretch far beyond just curly hair.
Hey everyone, it's me, Jennifer, from the Curly Girls Obsessions with my right hand today, Alyssa.
Hey.
And our client, Sam, who's also been a student, a model, wears our hair, all the things. And today we're going to talk to Sam about her extension journey from the client's point of view, because I've never been the client, even though I like to say like, oh, I get my hair extensions done and I'm at my salon. As you all know, being hairstylists, or being a client of mine, or just a spectator or a listener with this show, you can imagine when you own the business, or if you work in a business and you need to get a service done by that business, it's never quite the same as the client receiving the service. And at Adored Salon, why do I keep saying I hate that. Like, I hate it. I hate the word like, and I hate the word and I always say it. There, right? Again, filler, meaningless words. So anyways, during our class, I talked about how Adored Salon runs and how I like it to feel, or I try to aim for it to feel like this really old show that used to be on TV. Before we start, Sam, placement of the first row is right here, starting. Feel okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you guys, I am 50, if you don't already know that. And there used to be this show on TV called Cheers. And it was a bar in, I believe, Boston, where everybody came and everybody, like as the song goes, everybody knows your name, right? And it just is like, to me, the epitome of a community, customer service, friendliness. Like, everybody who went to this place went there for a reason, and everybody knew everything about them. And I will play this song to the stylists here in our meetings, and I'm sure that they look at me like, what? But it's so meaningful. And the customer service at Adored, I like to think, is really top notch. I want everybody to feel like a community. I don't want them to be nervous coming in, because I know how nerve-wracking a hair appointment can be. And so that brings us back to the customer experience and all the things that we do here to try and level up. And Sam has had quite a few different experiences as a client of traveling all over the US, really, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you've lived how many places? How many states?
Indiana.
Talk louder.
Indiana, Illinois, Tennessee, Kansas, Florida, Maryland. At least 6 I'm thinking of off the top of my head.
And you're on your way to
Tampa.
to go start hair school. So Sam and mine's relationship began last year in March. She was a model for one of our curl tour classes that we did here at Adored Salon. It was the blueprint to a curly install. And Sam had our first experience with Adored too. How? Because I feel, well, yeah, you definitely found me. I put a model call on the story and you were like, me.
I did.
So tell us how you got there.
It's a mix of excitement and desperation all in one. It was, the research came out of desperation because I had so I've kind of backtracking with the moves. I have had, this is my 4th set of extensions, 2 of them being Adored, and then other 2. So I've had extensions done in 3 different sets of hair, 3 different states, 3 different methods. And the first one was a really positive experience. They were straight, but it was an extension salon. They were straight extensions, but they had some texture and kind of more of a body wave to it. And then they were cut really well. And so I just constantly curled them and I had a good positive experience. But then I moved and wasn't able to go back to Florida. And so I got them done in Indiana, found the hair, got them installed, and I did extensive research, but what I didn't know was the importance of the texture matching. And so this highly rated line, purchased the hair, got it installed, and realized and I'm an esthetician, so I have access to, all the professional products. There was no amount of curling, there was no professional product that I could use to get these extensions to match my hair. And then I'll never
how
forget.
Much did you spend?
I think it was around $1,500 for everything. So $1,500, and I was feeling the frustration of it never matching, and I'm very particular about,
Yeah.
I want to be able to tell people that I have extensions, not for them to notice and see that I have extensions. So I was very particular about blending. But I'll never forget, it was Christmas and I was looking back at pictures and I was like, oh my gosh, the back of my head was so obvious. And I had styled them, had product, and it was so obvious that that stuck with me. And I'll never forget how I felt, that I'm like, okay, obviously there's something to this texture matching thing. Like I need
hair.
Yeah, I need to find a solution to this. And then just started scouring the internet, looking for different extensions. And then I came across Jennifer at Adored and went down the rabbit hole and watched all the videos, all the pictures, all the videos. Just started learning all the education pieces that she talks about in her videos, about the importance of texture matching, the importance of cutting and using oil on extension. Just everything she was talking about made so much sense to me.
Not using oil, right?
Not using oil, yes.
Let's clarify that one. Alyssa,
I knew that was
also
coming.
feel free to jump in and ask questions when you want to.
So much of her
That's gonna make
content
it better.
was counterproductive and counterintuitive to everything that I had learned and everything that I was seeing online and what had been my experience. And so, but I was experiencing those issues that she was talking about, as to why she does things differently. And so everything clicked, everything made sense. I started following her, obviously, and then I saw a model call and I was like, here's my chance.
I'm getting my ass in there.
Yeah, here's my chance. do whatever you want. I
you
trust
in
you.
Illinois
I just
at
want
the
them.
No.
No.
So
I was in Indiana.
Okay,
So
not
it was
that
just
far.
a 3-hour drive for me.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I want the transformation of a century. I had this, as you can see, my length, my texture. I was
Your
like,
hair
do
is
whatever you want.
longer. It's
You think so?
Because I feel like those pictures.
Okay.
I feel
I said
like,
it was long this morning too.
Yeah,
was
I feel like it was.
I know you don't feel like it is, but
I wanted the mermaid hair. I wanted
Mhm.
everything that I didn't have naturally.
26
So it's like
inches.
26, 3 rows, just all the things. Just make me into a freaking mermaid. And she did.
We
And
did.
it was beautiful.
I'm just
And I
looking.
was so happy with it. I never had to stress again about any type of climate and using the right products. Like, I had the training videos and I followed them to a T. And
Were they, so with the training videos, like, you know, I created those in August of 2020. Like, they are old. And even at that time, too, like the,
I have clothes on under this, I promise.
even the camera guy, right? Because it was 2020, was like, you know, it was a weird time. So it's not like it's all real close up. Oh, sorry, Alyssa.
no, you're okay.
Up close and personal, right? But was there anything in those that you think should be edited or changed? I mean, I've
No, I loved how
It-
simple and step by step every
it was
bit of the
it went
process
from
was for me.
basic to
yeah.
I think
And I
that's
followed it to a
something-
T, and I
Right.
got, and I used the products, like I was all in. I was sold.
and it was
And the
an
results-
investment.
Yeah, it was an investment, and the results spoke for themselves. I never had one person comment about my hair, and everyone was shocked when I said I had extensions, or when I did tell them I had
That was
extensions.
a banging install.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
was.
if I do say so myself,
Yeah, it was.
like,
I think my take on those videos is like, you know, if anybody ever has issues with their hair, like, we know you didn't watch the video.
right?
Like, it's like,
well, and we actually can track it because they
Well,
have
right.
to go in and like put
and
it in
that's
their
the
cart.
funny part is like, we can tell
Right.
without even looking to
Right.
see
Right.
if you
Well,
watch
you
the
had said-
videos. Like, we know.
Yeah. And you had set the bar so high, so I'm like, I want to replicate this. I want it to look like this, like I walked out of the salon, as close as possible, at least.
Your face
Every
that
time.
day too, like, right? Like, you know, like the marketing, right? Will say like, you're not selling the features, you're selling the benefits. What's the benefit, right? So like, to the hairstylist, it's having your clients leave with a smile that's so big their face looks like cheese ball in heaven, right? And you know, and for the client, it's that you're never going to have to worry about what your hair looks like if it starts raining on your extensions and you have curly hair or snow or
We're in the Midwest. It
hot
was all the
humid-
things.
every day.
Every day.
We could
All
have
the
snow
things, all
right
the
now.
time.
and it's what, September. Like, it has happened. So, you know, it's super important when it comes to climate, hair texture, and just hair texture alone. Because even, like, Sam, your hair, it's not as curly as mine, right? You could blow this out really, probably pretty easy to get it smooth. But that didn't diminish the fact that humidity would be a factor and problematic.
Yeah.
You know, of course, yes, with my hair, 100%. But a lot of hairstylists and hair extension artists, I think, would look at your hair and be like, oh, it's not going to matter. We can
Right.
fudge
Yeah.
this.
Yeah,
Right?
we can
Like,
blend it.
We can blend it, hot tool it.
And again, they might be able to until you step outside.
Yeah.
And then things just go
And then it's a whole different world.
south.
Well, to your point, like I'll never forget that day. And
wrong side.
that blueprint class on Monday brought back a lot of those feelings that when you have hair like mine, your hair is so deeply tied to your self-esteem, your self-worth. And it was to the point, in my own personal opinion, that there was no styling this, there's no product, like there's no wearing this down and making it look good unless I wanted to cut into a pixie. And so extensions were the solution. And to go from what I had naturally to that full 26-inch mermaid with the highlights that I never had before, like made me really emotional. And it was to my natural. It was textured, it was wavy / curly, and yeah, I'll never forget that day because it was so tied to the emotions and how beautiful it was.
You're giving me goosebumps because it's like
I like
there you are, right? Like
Yeah.
I can see you now. That phrase I feel like rings so true with an extension install, because I feel like people, you perceive yourself one way, right? And throughout the years, hair changes, things change. And then all of a sudden, you're like, wait, where did she go?
Yeah.
And out the door goes everything else too. Self-esteem, self-confidence. And not that you weren't confident, you were. You still are, right? But like, it just brought back a different layer of all of that, right? There was this meme someone sent me. Was it you about the curls? What did it say?
It said like something, I walk in the door, but my curls take up the room first or something. I forget what
It was.
I just thought of you, so I said
But
it.
my curl, like I can walk into a room and be noticed. But look it up. We got the moment here. We're gonna give it to you because this meme was like.
She's a 10, but her curls enter the room before she does, so she's iconic.
Hey.
So your curls enter the room first.
Yeah.
And I was like so many curly girls that like I didn't even realize the level of wave and curl that I did have in my hair because I was trying to straighten the crap out of it my entire life, like most of us do, to make it look like everyone else's. And yet the frustration was always there because it never did look like everyone else's.
Right.
Until I got into my 30s and then this new chapter where I'm like, actually it's beautiful and it's unique and it's who I am, and I want to embrace that.
Absolutely.
Does it go?
Okay.
Feedback?
Yeah. Let's just do it so that we don't have to fold it because mine is like just on.
I can go all the way up.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're good.
That's good.
So I went from that girl trying to straighten the crap out of it, and it was always
destroying
frizzy
it.
and destroying it, to now I almost never wear it straight or blowed out and curled because I love my curls and my texture now.
Like even so, last night we washed these, and
So
that is just the beach wave texture air dry. Like
Yeah.
we did nothing except just scrunch it with a damp towel to stop it so that it wouldn't soak and destroy the floor. But like those look stunning. Okay, now let's talk about the experience after the blueprint class, trying to get your hair extensions raised. And so this is always interesting to me because I feel like in the world of hair, we always hear about the unicorns and we never hear about the mules, right? Like, everybody's perceived as a unicorn online and their work is amazing and the things that they do is amazing, right? And so, and this is not me tooting my own horn in a way, right? But going back to that customer service experience, customer experience, client experience in the salon. Now, what did you experience when you had to get these extensions raised and you went elsewhere?
Well, I went from Indiana to Tennessee, and I mean, Nashville being the city that it is, like
big hair, you thought so?
I
guess that's Texas.
I thought I would
Nashville too.
Right, you
no
would think
issues.
like hair is key there, right?
Right.
Yeah.
All the country stars,
Curly-
their big hair. Right,
curly specific stylists, very few and far between. And then you add, do they do extensions? No. Or if they're extension artists, they work with one line of hair, one method, and they don't know how to do curly. And so it was either I go to a curly stylist who doesn't do extensions and doesn't know how to cut extensions, or I go to an extension line that are like, I'm gonna cut these. And again, after being a model and going like learning everything that Jen had posted, I'm like, you don't cut and treat curly extensions like everyone else's, and that's exactly what they would have done. And I knew that that wouldn't have produced a good result.
Yeah, you were extremely educated in what should be. And then, of course, you're a client paying for a service that's top dollar.
Right.
So your expectations
Yeah.
are top dollar. They're not a $30 haircut here.
And I tried to manage my expectations, because when you start out going to Jennifer, like you can't expect to go anywhere else and get that level of expertise. But I was shocked at the little to no options that I had in Nashville. And even when I did, where to start? I've reached out on Instagram, got ghosted. I've texted with people and thought we were like heading in the right direction, and then they say, I don't do that, I can't do that.
Well, at least
Or-
I'll give them that they were honest with you, right?
Right.
Because they
I
could
did
have been
appreciate
like,
that.
you know, yeah, great, I do it, and then you show up there and you're like, no. So, okay.
I found one person that was honest with me and said, like, I do extensions and I have some experience with labia. I was like, perfect. So started that conversation, telling her about my hair, a little bit about my experience. And then when it came time to making the appointment, didn't hear from her again.
Oh my gosh.
I've been ghosted so
Sam
many
is
times.
not the red light client, okay? Like, let's just, right? She's not the client you're firing from go.
She's just so normal.
She's
Like-
so sweet,
Yeah.
so nice. Celia, if you want to come in on our podcast, girl, you can.
She's like, I don't know about
It's
that.
very defeating. And when I think about it too much, like, again, it just almost makes me emotional, because it was very defeating, and I couldn't understand why I just kept hitting wall after wall.
Like a world full of this many hairstylists.
Yes.
And that's what you're experiencing. It's a shame.
And so I found one that was in a different method, but I was told was the closest to the Adored method, and it was okay. The customer service, I've had to go back multiple times because she's missed rows, or she put Jen custom colors all the extensions. She would put the lightest one on top, and so I would have my dark hair and then the lightest one on top, and so it's been an experience. And it just got to the point, because of having that experience time and time again, that I'm like, okay, I just felt so pulled and called to take the training and
Understand it fully.
right, because to Chloe's point, like, if I was feeling this way, I know I'm not the only one feeling this way.
Right. Yeah.
It can't be someone frustrated with the customer service that they're getting, trying to find the right stylist. And
Well, too, I think
Stylist
this is
following
also
through
a
and-
good speaking point for other stylists to hear, right? If your only point of contact is Instagram DMs and you're not checking them, like you get the message back, oh, I respond to my messages all within 48 hours, right? And then they don't respond.
But they read it.
They read it. Yeah. So like, or,
great.
but also too, like, to the conversation that we did have yesterday about messaging and email marketing, and like, if you're that hairstylist who doesn't keep up on Instagram and that is the way you communicate with your new clients, you need to figure out something else. Like, give them your cell phone number. Put
like
your
a
cell phone
Google
number or
like,
something, or an email, because like I feel like there's this massive disconnect because so many stylists are independent, so they don't have a receptionist taking their calls, answering and making appointments for them. So they're in charge of that for themselves, right? And some people are natural born hustlers, they're really good at it, and some people just really suck at it. And if you're one of those stylists who struggles to keep it all together, your clients need a way to get a hold of you more than an Instagram DM, because you need to be accessible to get appointments and make money. The other thing is too, did you struggle at all on finding their locations? That's something too I feel like a lot of stylists don't put in their bio, is where they're located. And it's like a massive missed opportunity for them, because you have moved so many times, and so you're looking for someone who's in the area in which you live, and if they don't have it in their bio that this is where I'm from, this is where I'm located, and that's what you're searching: Nashville hair extension artists, Chicago hair extension artists, Carmel, Indiana hair extension artists, all the things, like, that's a missed opportunity. Alyssa, do you have anything to add in about that?
No, I think you're completely right. I just think it's like, with the contacting your clients being able to contact you, I should say, it's just like such a missed opportunity. I mean, I know we work so hard on social media, and I mean, it's not necessarily all of our favorites to be posting like that. So like, if you are posting, but then you're not consistent with your DMs, or you're not having like a consistent spot where your clients can reach out to you, like, I guess it's like, what is that all for?
Right.
Like, what are you doing all that for? Or like, if you're sitting there complaining like, oh, I'm not busy, I'm not booked, or gosh, I have such a slow day, like, okay, well, what did you do to fill that? Or I don't know, I guess that's going down a whole nother rabbit hole, but it's along the same lines of, I mean,
making yourself accessible, and people really knowing like where you are.
Right. And I guess along the lines of what Sam was saying, like, why are we ghosting people? Why aren't we just telling them, like, I don't do this? Like, stylists in this industry, we all have some sort of connection to each other, or know someone who specializes in something. Like, why don't we help everyone out and just be like, I don't do this, but maybe I do know someone who can help you, or if you don't, then you don't, and you just tell them, like, I just don't do that, instead of, because then let's say they do something, or you as a stylist do something, and it's something that your friend might need, but that person ghosted you, so like, you're not going to go recommend that girl to somebody else, because
never.
Yeah, right. So I don't know, I guess it's like, you never know who knows people, and you got to have an outlet to reach to your clients.
I wonder too if the ghosting comes from, like, this is gonna sound so weird for me to say it this way, but like shame, because,
or like anxiety too, like,
could be. And
I do give a little like description, so that way, like, they do have at least basic information
to
know and to respond accordingly, because I
Sam,
don't
now
want to
you're
waste
really going to
anyone's
be the
time.
rough one. Okay, I need my extensions raised. They're wavy, and by the way, I took the training, so I'll know what you're doing. I will know
wanna
if
be
you dropped a
transparent.
weft and it's this much grown up.
Well, now definitely after the training.
This feels
on
weird,
another
and this
level.
is why. Now you need to fix it.
There will be no weft dropping
Yeah.
in this install.
But I will say that I do want to caveat that between having such a positive experience with Adored Salon and Jennifer, like, I'm also an esthetician and I come from the service industry where
Yeah,
we are commissioned. Like, I have been on that other side and understand like what customer service means and how important it is, and the follow through, the follow up. So that side of things too. And it was such a kind of an eye-opening, shocking experience when it looks like these stylists are doing
Awesome
so
online,
well,
right.
and they have great content, and then to be treated one way or another, I'm like, okay, that's not
Right.
what I was expecting.
To Chloe's speech yesterday about the, social media, her presentation. And you really do have to deep dive, because content isn't always the reality of the situation.
Well, I would say more often than not, it is not.
Yeah, because you can
Unfortunately, it's been my experience at least.
you can make a lot of things look really beautiful.
But I've definitely had that experience where you just stumble across someone online that you're like, oh my gosh, their work looks amazing. Like, I would love to, like, where are they located? And then you're like watching 57 reels and you're like trying to read captions, and they're like, you can't find anywhere where they're located.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What else did when I asked you 30 minutes prior to your appointment today about being on a podcast, what else did I ask you? Like, it was your trials and tribulations of finding someone.
And then being a model versus a student.
Hey. Yeah, like,
I would,
was there anything that being the model, like the model versus the student role, right? So then you came into class and you probably were feeling pretty confident in what you knew, because you sat in on a full day of education with us while you were that model. Was there anything that took you by surprise, or that was like an aha moment for you? Was anything harder than what you thought it would be?
oh, I think it's all, I think it's a lot
So
more
easy to
complex.
stitch.
Like, yeah, you think it's pretty straightforward. Like, you have your wefts, you have your stitching, but like, to understand really what goes into it, it's so much more involved. There's so much that could go wrong, but to get that transformation, I think that was the biggest takeaway. Is like, wow, there's so much more to this than I was expecting.
Right. Because as the model, you're so taken with everything that's happening and going on, and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, and you don't see like the bird's eye of what's happening.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't
You
see
know,
the
3-4
coloring of the
feet.
extensions. I didn't, like what methods you're using, like what all goes into the install process.
And as the model, you probably don't care. You're like, let me
Just
just
put
No.
this shit in my
Right.
head.
No, I was just
Exactly.
getting to this point and I'm like, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
So exciting.
I could tell, like, when we just did, Jay as a model, for this last class that we did, I could just, like, see it in her face, and then, like, I was seeing it in your face, Sam, of, like, remembering when you were in that spot,
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, I know exactly how she's feeling right now.
Yeah.
I loved, and I said this yesterday, so I'm repeating myself to you guys, but the podcast hasn't heard it. Jay's statement, oh, that girl, she's my type.
Yeah.
This girl, she's my type. Like,
She's like, I would date me.
and how much better, like, to be so in love with yourself at that very moment, right? Because we don't celebrate ourselves at all, right? We, you know, people will be like, oh my God, I can't believe you do blah, 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 or that outfit looks so cute. Oh, it's $5 at Five Below. Like,
That's my specialty.
right?
I'm like, it's from Ross.
But like, take the compliment.
I know.
And she complimented herself,
Yeah.
right
She is
then
so
and
funny.
there.
She also too, like, I told Jen this, but she had texted me after the class and was like, I feel so emotional right now. Like,
Yeah.
I've never liked my hair this much,
Yeah.
you know?
Again, I wasn't a hairstylist, so I didn't have that background, but I was that girl that didn't know that they had naturally curly wavy hair, like what products to use, how to make the most of it. And like I just didn't know, and I didn't have, like, my mom and my grandma just weren't really into that either, so I wasn't raised that way. And then
It wasn't a thing then.
yeah,
They brushed it. Like,
yeah,
they brushed
and then they curled it, and so I
Yeah.
had frizzy curls that, yeah, it was a mess. Ugh, so many pictures
I know
that you'd love to forget.
my junior high photos. You can't even see like around the hair. Does that make sense? Like here's the box, and here's Jen's hair. Like, and I'll never forget my 7th grade photo. I was like, oh, I'm taking this with straight hair today. And I got up and I washed my hair and I brushed it with a brush and the blow dryer. And like our blow dryer was that ridiculous Conair one that was like long and rectangular with the comb on it. Like, I'm really dating myself because you could sit there and brush it, right? Dyson actually kind of has the remake on it with that flattener tool that we love, but theirs is much better. But yeah, and I brushed out my hair, and oh my God, did I regret it?
Yeah, you're like, Mom, why the
And
hell
nobody
did you let me
told
leave the
me.
house like that?
Yeah, nobody told.
Let alone get pictures like that.
Probably
Don't
though,
let me do my own
like,
hair. That's a mess.
In reality, would I have listened? I would have been like, shut up. I look fucking hot. Like, this hair? Come on. And then you see it now and you're just like, oh.
Yeah.
Those days of that hair, right?
So you go, like, I would say, almost 3 decades of
Curly hair.
not
horrendous.
not knowing, like, even like, getting my hair cut and done over the years, going to stylists. Like, I didn't think to ask, nor did anyone like
Tell you.
help me understand my hair type and how to work with it and what I should be doing. And so I'm not putting that on stylists, but
Right.
like,
It
I
just
just-
wasn't known.
right. And so it's just almost 3 decades of just hair struggles and just hating what I had and not knowing what to do with it, and just seeing everyone else with these beautiful curls or this beautiful silky straight hair. And
Alyssa's of the world.
yeah, the Alyssas
And
of the world.
Us
Like,
having total hair envy at that age.
and
like,
and it being such a deep insecurity
yeah.
that to go from that to absolute dream hair that you never
Okay,
thought was possible,
let's
I
talk
don't know
about
why you wouldn't.
that and the
Get emotional.
attention. So when you walked around with your hair, with it being curly, like it was, that
Yeah.
mermaid hair, all
Yeah.
the things, what, like, without, how do you say this? How many people, oh my God, I love your hair.
Yeah, constantly.
Oh my God, I love your hair. Like, it just, and not that everybody needs like recognition or that, right? But it is sure nice to walk out of the house and you're thinking you look terrible, right? No
Yeah,
makeup on, nothing done.
You're on 7-day hair. Like, this is a mess.
and people are stopping you left and right, like,
When I was a hostess at a really popular restaurant in Nashville, and the guests were so sweet. I would just,
constant.
yeah.
Right? That's work at a
So
restaurant
sweet.
for a year and be a hairstylist in that town, and you will have a clientele for the rest of your life, and you can drop the hostess job because you're going to access a lot of people, right? And you have to look good for that job. You're their first point. You know, if you're working in a nice high-end restaurant, that's a great way to make a clientele. Get in those few clients, get your content, and get rolling. Like, I feel like that's all part of being a new hairstylist, is figuring out, like, what is your in? How do you get these clients? Because I think so many people think that everything and anything is all social media. Word of mouth still does exist. People talking to each other in public still exists. Like, all those things still are a way for stylists to get clients. And the way that social media is today, unless you have like a specific niche as a hairstylist to set yourself apart, it is a little bit harder to build a clientele. So I really commend you, Sam, for coming, taking the class, getting that niche like in your toolbox, because it's going to be that much easier for you to build your clientele when you're out of hair school. And it's also going to be that much easier for you to get clients and start earning a living while you're in hair school, putting in hair extensions. Like, and you can do that because you have that esthetician's license already. Like, you're somewhat certified and ready to go. But all those things are going to help you, and I know you already know that from being an esthetician, right? You've got to have good skin.
Right.
Well, you don't have
This is your-
to, but
this
you
is your
need.
biggest
This is your biggest
marketing tool.
right? And so, and the days people think too, like paper cards are like out of date. Nobody stands around long enough to get that Instagram handle, right? Like, the best thing to do. And I do this every time. You go to the grocery store, you go to the mall, you got to have cards in your pocket ready to go, because they will keep that, right? And if they don't look at it right away when they're doing their laundry and they clean out their pockets, oh, this is that girl. One time Celia too, like in the beginning of her career, this was so freaking smart of her. And I don't even know how she managed to do it. She went to Target and she shoved her business cards in all the water bottles. Like the Yetis, she opened them, put her business card in there.
It's fantastic.
Isn't that hysterical?
Yes.
Like, and didn't she do it on racks?
I think she did it in like pants pockets too.
I'm absolutely gonna
That was the most Celia.
connect with her when it comes to
Are you
social
with
media.
a client right now? Is she totally avoiding us? Yes.
Me?
Yeah, Celia.
Oh, Celia.
Is she with a client? Okay.
I mean, I do have a client.
I need you to talk about your very genius way of marketing yourself back in the day.
Oh, I thought it was
With the water
yeah, let's
bottles.
hear it.
Oh, God. The water bottles.
It was the pants pockets, right?
Pants pockets, and wasn't it like the inside the water bottles? Your business card? She doesn't
Oh,
even
no.
remember.
That wasn't in. That was. Okay, so. I mean, it's probably. I don't know if it's like allowed or not. I would go into stores and I would go into mainly Target, take my business cards, write a little note on the back with my Instagram, whatever, and I would go into the curly aisle because, you know, they're like, their hair is like, they're like searching for anything.
Right.
Right.
And it's not working.
They're there for a reason.
And I would slide my cards
Fix
in
my
there.
mistake over here. Tell me what I can't
And
see.
so then when they're looking for curly products or like pick out their product, like bam, I'm right there.
I was like, this is brilliant.
Yep.
This is so
or
brilliant.
another thing is I'm in like this beauty Facebook page or whatever where people like ask for certain services if they're looking for models, stuff like that. Like it's all beauty stuff.
Okay.
And or like well, you can really do it on any Facebook page or whatever.
I feel
But
like this needs a little.
if someone commented like, "Oh, this is my hair, like I'm struggling with like I need a curl specialist," or something like that, and you would see like 50 comments of people like being like, "Oh, I specialize in curly hair, like here's my Instagram, blah blah blah." It works every single time more if you go out of your way to DM that client.
Oh, so not even comment on the post?
Oh no, because then there's so many people.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's more nerve-wracking for them to like search for all these people and then go out of their way to message. So then I would go into the inbox and I would just message them. They're like, "Oh my gosh, I saw that,
Killer.
whatever, I saw that you posted a comment. I know it's probably a little nerve-wracking with all these people." Bam, send them pictures, Instagram, pricing, all that. It works
Nice.
almost every time if you can catch them first. I
Yeah.
actually have one today that
Really?
I got from Facebook like a year ago, and she still comes.
Awesome. Why did I say really? Because that tactic,
It works.
it works.
Because inbox is just better.
Yeah.
Like comments, like are like whatever. Like, oh gosh.
Well, and I think
you
too, like it
commented,
shows
like-
your personality. Like you care to go out of your way on that. How is their experience going to be in the salon?
Exactly.
You're really going to care.
And
that-
it's so easy. So like the first time I ever did it, I just copied it, pasted it in my notes, like a whole little like intro and then whatever.
Yeah.
And then every time I do that, send that, go through, find pictures that are like I try to find pictures that are somewhat similar to their hair so they know like the potential. And then I just send it to them and it works pretty much every time.
So it's settled. I'm gonna go to Chloe for my social media questions, and
For-
then all the out of the box
Yeah.
marketing
Out of the box stuff is me.
ideas
Social
go to
media
Celia.
is Chloe's channel.
I told I'm like Chloe's presentation yesterday was so killer. Like she might need to present it to the salon.
Yeah.
And Celia was like, no. All right. Anything that you would like to add to today's chat, Sam?
I would say it just, for me in my experience, transformations are so powerful, and that was what mine was, such a game changer for me in my life, my lifestyle, and my confidence, my self-worth. That's really what drove me to,
Searching it out.
you know, go from client to stylist. Is that what a powerful thing to be able to give that feeling, to share that feeling with more people.
And I feel like you're validating the person right now, right? Because I think some people are like, am I crazy that I am going through this amount of lengths to get to the person that I want to do my hair? And no, you got to do your research. And the value for the hairstylist from this podcast is the takeaway of like, they are out there looking for you. 87% of the world has some form of wave to kink in their hair. They need a stylist who understands wavy to curly hair always. Hey, Chloe.
Hi.
Anything you want to add to our podcast?
No, I thought that was so very good.
Alyssa?
I loved that.
I think I'm good, yeah. Clients, answer your DMs. What the heck are we doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Like you said, the clients are there. Go find them.
And
respond to them.
Go respond, because the money's just waiting in your inbox. The transformations above the money, like making people feel good, giving back, serving your client in the best way possible with all the tools and all the knowledge. And textured hair it's really in.
Yeah.
Even contrary to what you're seeing on social media feed, right? If it's all smoothed out hair with hot tools, it's just because they don't know any different.
Yeah, I think the only last thing that I would add, which I feel like Jen has instilled in me, and like so many people have showed me the other side of this, is that like this industry really is what you make it. And if you invest in yourself and you take the time to market yourself, and you know, if you don't do any of that, yeah, you could be that statistic of we make what, like 26 grand a year or whatever. Like, yeah, go ahead, be a part of that statistic. Or, you know, you could take it seriously and understand this is your career. And yeah, there's clients out there who are just waiting to pay you.
Yeah.
20% of the stylists are doing 80% of the work.
Yep. And making 80% of the money.
Right, exactly. What you give it is what you'll get.
Yeah.
So even taking the curl tour class, like the success on the back end is everything that you're going to put in, practice, master, get the reps in and do the models, right? A humbling process is practicing a brand new skill that you just learned. You come off the class with a high, and in order to keep going, you've got to hold on to it, because before you get ahead, you're going to get hit with a roadblock, right? Any period of growth, you're going to get taken down a notch or two in that process, because that's also part of the growth. It's part of the journey, is learning how to get past your struggles. The successful people will fight past those struggles. They'll see the struggles and the failures as wins, because they'll learn that that's something that they're never repeating again. Right? Like we say that in here, right? Like if someone,
Like, you'll never do that again.
you'll never make that mistake again.
Yeah.
Right?
But that's how you learn, is you have to make the mistakes.
Right.
You have to be
You
scared
have
to take
to.
that first install. You have to be nervous. Yeah, you gotta
Get
look
through
fear
it.
in the eyes and walk right through it.
Right? Exactly. All right, well, thank you for listening to another episode of the Curly Girls Obsessions. I hope we brought you great value today. If you found value and you don't subscribe, please hit the subscribe button or the follow button, depending on where you're watching or listening. That helps us grow and helps us reach other stylists, other curly girls, other people in general, and just help to give them motivation and inspiration throughout their day. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.